Secondly, we need to nurture the root structure and encourage new growth. If you're growing trees, then you need to do everything necessary to encourage new growth. To be careful you don't damage and destroy the root structure. With the bonsai, of course, we pinch off new growth. We don't allow it to continue. It would actually kill the tree because it's confined to this small pot, this small vessel. The roots need to be treated with great care so that they can provide the support that the tree needs. Back a few years ago, as we were living on Roanoke Island, there's a beautiful, huge vine of scuppernongs that grows there called the mother vine. And the story is that it was brought over in the 1500s from England. It was the first scuppernong vine planted in America. I don't know all the details about that, but I know that it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and the man actually who has been caring for it for decades just died this past week. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous thing to see. And the grapes are beautiful, and they taste good. They sell grape juice from this vine as medicine to people all over the world. People order, they want that grape juice because it's supposed to be so good for you. Well, a few years ago, the power company up in Virginia, Dominion Power, was who we had our power through. They were down there working around the neighborhood where this particular huge vine is. And they were spraying Roundup. Guess what happened? Some of it got on part of the vines. And whether it was actual Roundup, but it was something like Roundup. And it killed part of the vine. Well, it was terrible. They brought scientists in from Virginia Tech and NC State, and they studied the vine, and they did all kinds of things to it to try to save it from killing off the entire vine. And they wouldn't allow anyone to eat grapes off of it for a whole season. It was they were deemed unsafe, and just went through this big thing, finally getting it back into shape, and most of the vine surviving as it had been, all because some of the overspray got on to the vine and worked its way into the plant, the root system. You know, we have to be very careful in the church. We have to refuse to prune the root structure of the church. When we discover inactive people who are on our rolls, whether it's in church, in Sunday school, our goal shouldn't be to remove them, but to go get them. That's what we've tried to do over the last few months as we've worked on our church directory. We've tried to contact everyone. And those who said, well, I've moved on. I've moved to another church. You can take me off your roll. We've accommodated that. But then those who said, no, I'm still, I want to stay on the roll. I'm still a part of that church. If they haven't been here, we've invited them, come back then. We miss you. We want you here. We need to do what we can. Find out what's going on in their lives and do what we can to help them return to church. And what I believe we'll find is that many people who have been chronically inactive may never have accepted Jesus as their Savior. They may never have trusted Christ. And maybe they joined the church or they joined a Sunday school class without fully understanding the good news of the gospel. And they don't realize what they're missing by not being a part of God's church. We can't lose our opportunity to share the gospel with these people by tossing their names in the trash can. Now, others may become inactive out of apathy, or maybe because somebody hurt their feelings. In either case, these people need to be lovingly reached and cared for by their Christian family.